46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a family is devastated following a home fire, and a suspect is arrested for allegedly setting a church ablaze. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Destroyed following an accidental fire. It's August 28th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. The owners of a home just off Point Drive and Lampshire Lane are picking up the pieces following an early morning fire.
Early this morning, a dispatch report of a structure fire in the area of North Point Drive. As crews arrived on location, they found a double-wide manufactured dwelling heavily involved in fire. There were 2 exposures on either side of the house that were immediate threats. Crews went into a defensive exterior attack utilizing one of our new pieces of equipment, so the Blitz Force Master Stream, ground deployed, quickly knocked down the fire within short fashion. We were able to place the fire under control within 20 minutes after arrival. During the investigation revealed that the building was unoccupied at the time and that all occupants were accounted for. We also determined that the fire was most likely it's the result of using an appliance to create heat for pest control within the structure.
Wow. So the occupants weren't home at the time, so that's what caused the delay in the notification on this, right?
Right. Some of the occupants had gone to a hotel to stay for the evening. Others were away possibly at a funeral, and then there were some, but they were residing in a separate trailer at the rear of the property.
So what type of device do you use for heat to get rid of rodents?
Well, it's not actually a rodent, but it's pest control. It could be insect control, things like that, but it's the sustained temperatures of 120 degrees or higher in a room over an extended period of time, between 6 and 8 hours, and that will help eradicate the type of insects that they were seeking to eradicate.
All right, and then this ended up resulting in, of course, a structure fire. The other 2 exposures, were those homes that were being lived in at the time?
There were occupied structures on either side. However, the fire did not extend to those properties.
All right, so they're okay at this time. So, of course, accidental in nature and a complete destruction of this home?
The rear portion of the home had a significant damage, but the fire damage was held to the front half of the home.
Frank Casey and his wife are members of the Trinity Assembly of God Church. Frank was arrested for allegedly fleeing the scene of a fire at the church located on Big 5 Road Thursday night. A second fire was reported shortly after the church fire on Bowling and 2nd Street. Fire Chief Scott Lewis from Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue heard the brush fire call and quickly asked police to respond to that area to look for a suspect. They found Frank Casey.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has charged Frank Casey with first-degree arson and damage to property used for purpose of religion. On Friday, August 25th at approximately 1 a.m., Nye County Sheriff's deputies in Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a structure fire at the Trinity Assembly of God Church. Investigators from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and the Nevada Division of Investigations subsequently responded to the scene after evidence at the scene suggested the fire was intentionally set. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies began searching the area when one of the deputies located a suspicious vehicle in the middle of the road in the Ashanti Ridge housing development. The vehicle had no lights on and was facing towards the structure fire. Deputies made contact with the driver, identified as Frank Eugene Casey, who was intoxicated and smelt of smoke, which prompted the deputies to notify the ATF and NDI investigators. Deputies subsequently placed Casey under arrest for driving under the influence, and he was transported to the Nye County Detention Center. Nye County detectives, along with ATF and NDI investigators, interviewed Casey where he admitted to starting the fires at the Trinity Church building. Casey informed investigators that he used spray paint as an accelerator to one of the exterior walls of the church, but was unable to ignite the wall. Casey stated he then opened the door to a storage utility room where he ignited a fire that destroyed the entire interior portion of the room, along with all items and tools stored within. Casey was placed under arrest on the charges of first-degree arson and damage to a property used for purpose of religion. He's being held on bail in the amount of $102,500. News 46 spoke with Associate Pastor for Trinity Assembly of God, Jeremy Washington. Jeremy explained the extent of the damage to the building and told us that despite this setback, the church is stronger than ever.
We had a utility room is where the fire was at, and so thankfully the rest of our building didn't get destroyed. Our sanctuary is good shape. Everything smells like smoke, but nothing's irreparable at this point.
Is church services still going to be on schedule?
Yes, we're very excited about that. We'll be meeting at the community center at Basin and 160 at 10 o'clock on Sunday for the foreseeable future. Right now, we're going to be there, so we're excited. We'd love to have people come out. We're not going to stop meeting or stop worshiping together. We're going to be together. We've got a great ministry at our church called Celebrate Recovery. It'll still be meeting starting next Friday. They'll actually be back at the property at the church meeting at 7 o'clock. So yeah, we're moving right along.
Is there anything that the public can do as far as donations or helping out?
No, just be praying for us and know that we're not going away. We're not disappearing. We're going to keep moving, and what somebody meant for evil, God's going to turn it around for us.
And Chief Lewis reports a brush fire that occurred over the weekend on Bourbon Street.
Just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 4, we were dispatched for a report of a possible structure fire. However, as crews arrived on location, they found that it was not a structure fire, but a large brush fire with mixed fuels that was running in close proximity to an apartment complex. And the fire was quickly controlled with no further extension.
Do you know how it started?
It's thought to be accidental in nature. There was no indicators that it was an intentional act.
And no extensions?
No extension to any of the closely located structures.
After the break, we'll tell you what's the scoop on Valley Electric Association's transmission sale line.